Biden used a choice word to describe Chinese President Xi Jinping after their meeting earlier this week. Take a listen.
He's a dictator in the sense that he is a guy who runs a country that is a communist country that's based on a form of government totally different than ours.
Dictator, but the strong language from the president is falling flat with the families of 3 Americans that the State Department has declared wrongfully detained in China. They say they're increasingly frustrated by the lack of progress in their loved ones' cases. And for more on this, we're joined by Katherine Swidan, whose son Mark has been held in China since his arrest in 2012. Katherine, before I get to the president's meeting with Xi Jinping this week, it's been several months since you and I sat down one-on-one at your home to talk about your son Mark. Are there any updates to share this morning? Have you heard from him or talked to him recently?
No, I haven't heard from him. The Chinese decided that he could not have any visitors since August. That was the last time he was visited by the consulate. Ambassador Burns saw him. And now I'm told he was moved to a prison, and it'll be another 6 weeks. So 3 months and counting since I've had any communication at all.
Well, I know that's so painful on your mama's heart, and to not receive, you and I had talked about, oftentimes you had received correspondence from him via his artwork, right? You know, things he was seeing in prison and conditions he was living in. So I know that you're just dying for an update. Katherine, as I mentioned off the top, you're one of 3 American families who have asked for the release of their family members in China, hoping that would be a priority for President Biden this week at the APEC summit. Did you hear from the White House at all in the days leading up to or after this meeting?
No, as a matter of fact, they've been telling me that for several years, that he was a top priority, as well as the other 2 that are in China. And every time I talk to them, the State Department or the ambassador, they tell me the same thing. I haven't heard from Lincoln in a long time, but I was on a Zoom with him, and he said the same thing. Ambassador Burns, I asked him point blank, what is the plan? Have you talked to the president? How are they going to get him out? He said, we don't know what China wants. And I said, well, he was denied medical again. He hasn't had a medical exam in 9 years. He was denied a phone call to me. And now I find out just recently that he's been moved to a prison.
Yeah. So you have no idea if President Biden even spoke about this with President Xi this week. That's an unknown.
No, I'm sorry.
That's an unknown for you, whether President Biden even, talked about that with Xi Jinping this week.
Well, it's speculated on several different venues, but I don't have any real concrete evidence that he did, or he mentioned the names. And the one thing I did see was in Mandarin, and it was translated to me by Voice of America, and they said that it was presented to Xi, but that his answer was, our country goes by the rule of law. And I took that to mean he's not going to discuss any kind of release with the president.
And Katherine, I know during an interview with NewsNation just earlier this week, you asked President Xi, not President Biden, to take action to free your son. Do you think you'll have more success making your case to China directly than you've had working with 3 different American presidents during your son's captivity?
Yes, absolutely. I wanted to appeal to President Xi because, they have families too. They have sons and mothers and families too. Not only that, if they truly want peace and they truly want open trade and for there not to be this strife in the world, the APEC meeting is full of CEOs from all different venues, big guys. If they truly wanted that, the release of these Americans from China and stopping the exit bans to let people come and go freely and do business like they used to do back when Mark was there to buy flooring,
Yeah, he was there to remodel a house.
That can only make it easier for people.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.